My name is Janjay, and I'm a singer. I sing R&B music, and I'm also getting my feet wet in music production, working with other people, other companies and stuff. So I took this workshop in order to refine my skills and really get some good tips and advice, from somebody who's been in the industry for a long time. That could help me get my foot in the door in as well. I'm working with some individual artists. Some are up and coming. Some are some well-known people on TV that just want to make music. I'm also working with some other company like Status Magazine. I provide music for their commercials that that are aired on MTV Asia. So I'm going to be doing that with them until the end of the year. Twitter. I mean, I follow Silver Filter on Twitter, and I noticed the workshops. And I've noticed the workshops from before, but then it wasn't until recent that I started really kind of taking music production seriously. I've always kind of messed around, but I never cared to beef up that craft. I would just use say GarageBand. I bought MIDI or USB condenser mic. I just got I did really the cheap man studio, and I was just doing it just to mess around until my friend, she heard some of my stuff, and she thought it was good, and then she gave me this opportunity to start producing music for her, and so it made me want to just kind of boost up the craft. And so the timing was perfect. I seen the the invitation for the workshops on Twitter. That's when I DM'd Silver Filter, and from there it was just got the ball rolling within a week or something. Because the company that I'm doing the work with, the one who runs the company, she's a good friend of mine, and she kind of gave me this opportunity. I mean, of course she believes in me, but it was almost like she believed in me more than I believed in myself, because I knew that I just didn't have tools, the tools and the knowledge. I was always kind of just messing around, and but I knew that if I had taken a class or a workshop, it would just make my skills a lot stronger, and it would make my music a lot, just take it to a whole nother level. And so even though I was already doing this, I knew that there was a lot more stuff out there that I didn't know, that I needed to know in order to beef up my production work. And so naturally I needed to take a class, I needed to take a workshop, and just the timing was perfect. For sure. I mean, the good thing is that because I am, I was doing this as I was taking the class. Every time I learned something in the class, in the workshop, I ended up applying it that same week, right into my current projects, and I'm still doing it. And I finished, the workshop is done, but then I realized that there are still a lot of tips and tools that I haven't even tried out yet, So I mean, I took the workshop and I finished it, but I still feel there's still a lot of things that I need to either brush up on, or just a lot of new things that I need to. I mean, when it comes to music production, it's a creative thing, right? Mm-hmm. And it's an ongoing learning thing, right? Yeah. I it's funny. I talk about music production a lot more. In fact, I even listen to music differently now. So, and I talk about with my friends, with my girlfriends. They have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm talking about, you know, the different modules that I use and all that stuff. But I feel like I have more ammo, you know, more weapons on my, you know, like in my, I mean, I just got more tools.
No.
Yeah, now. So it's like if they wanted a certain sound, you know what I mean? Like, I have a little bit more confidence in myself that I could do that for them. You know, where before I would probably have to like be like, how am I gonna do that? In fact, like just simple things like you know, like a filter sweep. I had no idea how to do that. You know, I would just go through the sound banks and like find one that was just a patch. You know what I mean? But then I couldn't control the timing. I couldn't control like the tone of it. But now, you know, something as simple as that, I have complete control over it. But and it makes a big difference. It adds, you know, to the client. It's one of those effects that just makes it, that brings the music from here to here. You know, like the quality of it. Like the mastering section, definitely. The section where we were talking about like all the effects, you know what I mean, like compression and all that, reverb, and you know, like everything was just kind of, you know, every time I came here I was like pretty amped up already, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there was one thing in every lesson that like kind of made me go like, really? You know, like, whoa, that's cool, right? I mean, like, there was always something where I was like, Dad, I was like, when you would like demonstrate it for me, I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy, you know, like, yeah, it's really hard to like pin it down to one or a few things, just because it's like, I mean, the entire workshop is like super valuable for anybody. Like, even unless you've been in the industry for a long time, you know, like, but if you're just starting off, this is like a really good workshop to take, you know, like, it's pretty thorough, you know what I mean? I mean, I still think there's a lot for me to learn, but I feel like I'm more ready to take on the challenge now than I did like 12 sessions ago. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like I've been, you know, like I talk to like, you know, anybody that like who's, you know, like I even tell, I've got a buddy who's gonna be here next week, and you know, like he's been in the studio. He has his own studio, but I'd still like tell him to come here and talk to you so you guys can just like rap about, you know, music production. I mean, between the knowledge you have and the knowledge he has, you guys could probably like, you know, and like you know, JB, you know, like he doesn't like, he hasn't even tried to get his hands on like music production, but like I have mentioned to you that like, you know, dude, you've been in the industry for a while, and it's like he covers everything, you know. Yeah, for sure, 100%. I would definitely recommend this. I mean, shout out to you, you know, for like, you know, like sharing your information, all your tips, you know what I mean, inside tricks that you got, you know, like, I appreciate it, you know, like, I really do, because it's like, you know, the funny thing is, like, I only really consider doing this as like, you know, as a real career, like, probably just this year, you know. Like, like I said, I dabbled around with it, but I never really considered it as like as something that I can do full time, you know. And so like now, like, it's, you know, like this, you know, like this whole experience has been really valuable and has been very helpful, you know, like, and it's motivated me. I mean, like, I'm more excited now because I have all this information in me, you know, that I still yet have to like test out myself, but just knowing that there's these tools out there that I have in my fingertips, because, you know, and that I've already kind of like reviewed, so I just gotta mess around a lot more and, you know, Like, it's just getting me excited. It's getting me excited every time I leave this place. I go straight home to my place. I turn on my computer and I start just like working on some project that I'm, and I try to apply whatever it is that I learned. Like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna start messing with the mastering section, to like a song that I thought it was pretty done, but then like I'm probably gonna go home and just like remaster it, find those frequencies where I'm hearing those weird harmonics, you know what I mean? Like, see, that kind of stuff never even like crossed my mind, and I had no idea that that's what people did, but yeah, it just fascinates me. I find this whole thing fascinating.